My husband is mad that I refused to give my stepdaughter a cash gift after graduating from high school, like I did with my stepson and later with my daughter. Hi, I'm a 43 years old woman. I have one daughter, 18. Her father left us when I was pregnant with her. I own a small company in interior design, and it's very successful in my country. I make a very good living. I met my husband, 55, about 8 years ago. He moved in with me 7 years ago, and we got married 2 years ago in a private ceremony. My husband has 2 children from a previous marriage, boy 20 and a girl 19. Both my stepchildren hated me and my daughter in the beginning of the relationship. When my husband asked them how they'd feel about him moving together with me, they both initially hated the idea and told him that if he did it, they would just stay permanently with their mother. After a while, my husband moved in anyway and said to them that they were welcome should they change their mind. They did, after seeing the big house with the pool and all great accommodations. The boys started liking us gradually and we're on great terms now. The daughter, not so much. She was horrible to me and my daughter. And one day when she was 13 to 14, I heard her making fun of my daughter's weight and looks to her face. I was livid. I've suffered ed growing up because of bullying, so I knew how dangerous that was. I knew how my daughter must have felt, so I told my husband that stepdaughter was never allowed to live in my house again. My stepdaughter tried to apologize, and she was sobbing, but I didn't budge. I had too long of an experience with bullies that I knew it just got worse when they got confronted, and had to apologize, and I wasn't going to take the risk. So she moved permanently with her mother. My initial plan was to break up, actually, but this was my husband's idea. She still bullied my daughter in school. They didn't go to the same high school, but my stepdaughter had friends in my daughter's class that did her bidding. I found about all of this about a year ago. My daughter was embarrassed to tell us, and she thought she could manage her bullies. It broke my heart, and I felt so guilty that my baby didn't dare to confide in me. Uni is free in my country. Students often take student loans with almost zero interests and work part-time jobs while studying to make ends meet, but the education is free. When my stepson started university, however, I gave him 100,000 euros, so he didn't have to work or anything and just concentrate on his studies engineering. He was so grateful, but told us that he wasn't sure he could be trusted with a large sum, so my husband is handling his money, making monthly payments. I am planning to do the same with my daughter. Stepdaughter graduated with great marks, and she's started medical school this year. She asked her father about her 100K, and he came to ask me. I was confused because before I gifted my stepson, I asked my husband if I could do it, and the reason was because I wasn't planning on doing the same thing with my stepdaughter. He told me I could do what I wanted, and it wasn't weird at all because my stepson and I had a great relationship, and he always saw me as a second mom. He got really mad and told me that my stepdaughter had changed a lot, but it wasn't true at all. Although she wasn't living with us anymore, she made sure to make our lives a living hell every time she visited, and even got physical with me and my daughter. If she started playing nice now, it was only because there was money involved, and I knew that, and my husband knew that too. I even told him that she called me that bitch, and even in the phone my number was saved under that bitch. He is now very angry. He hasn't talked to me in over a week. He's saying I'm using my money to control their lives, and that he's heartbroken if I don't have enough money for both daughters. I can split my daughter's share between them, since my daughter isn't even sure she wants to start college right away, and let's face it, she will likely never get into med school. His words, maybe if I did it, stepdaughter would be more grateful and be closer to my daughter. I don't know what to do. I feel like I don't owe my stepdaughter anything. My daughter and I have suffered enough because of her ways. She could still do like the rest of her peers, work and take loans, and she has a bright future ahead of her. There maybe be some truth in his words about me using my money as a reward, punishment. I am ashamed, but still. defiant. I should do what I want with my money. Told her my stepdaughter treated my daughter awfully, and that made me exclude her from my plans to help the kids financially while they're in university. Update. Hi. I have now talked to both my husband and my stepdaughter, so I thought I should share it with you if you're interested. But before that, I want to say that I'm very disgusted, although not surprised, by the amount of people who actually took a bully's side. What I wrote in my first post wasn't just one-off incidents. Anyone with more than 3 brain cells should have understood I wasn't going to write 8 years worth of bullying and bad behavior in one post to convince bully apologists to understand why I did what I did. Many also talked about how we, as parents, have failed the bully. I don't know how, since the 2 other children we raised turned out to be decent human beings with a lot of empathy for others around them. I only wish everyone who defends bullies or try to explain away their horrible life-scarring behavior to never have had to deal with one in their or their children's lives and feel the pain they can inflict on others. I do not regret any of my actions. I saw my stepdaughter for what she was, and I acted instinctively. Her young age played little to no role in my decision to protect my baby. My daughter was and still is my sole priority. Update. I decided that I should try to confront my stepdaughter directly instead of communicating through my husband or via text, so I asked her around for tea. She accepted immediately, which was a first. She showed up last Sunday. I sat her and my husband down and I just bluntly asked her why she should expect any financial help from me when she hated my guts. She got defensive and said that she didn't ask me. She asked her dad. I told her that I knew she wasn't stupid and she well knew that stepson got his gift from me and not their father. She said, "What's the difference? You're married." I told her the difference is that stepson treated me and my daughter as family while she always hated us. Bullied her little stepsister even in high school. She was shocked here she didn't know. I have found out about the high school bullying and I asked her if she would give money to someone. She knew hated her half of the amount she hated me, and why then she expected me to do that. She started crying and apologizing, etc. I told her I wasn't the one she should be apologizing to. I told her that I wished her great success and happiness, but that I won't be helping her financially throughout her education. My husband was silent the whole time. When she left, I told him to never compare our daughters again, making my daughter to be the inferior one, just because she wasn't as academically successful as her stepsister. I trust my daughter, and I want her to be happy, and if she wants to study in a less prestigious school, so be it. Her happiness is the most important thing to me, and I didn't appreciate him dragging her and comparing her to others when none of what happened has anything to do with her. He tried to apologize and told me he just wanted to help his daughter. I told him he's free to do that however he wanted, just not on my daughter's expense. We have been civil to each other ever since, although he's a bit cold towards me, but hopefully he's just ashamed of this whole episode. I will give him some space because honestly I need some myself to think things over. Thank you for listening. What do you guys think? Let's discuss in the comments. Follow and like for more stories.